because their main man, Kiefer Ravena, who put in 33 points in game number 1, only shot 1 out of 18 from the field in game number 2.
Exactly. 1 out of 18 after 33 points and 60% field goal shooting in game 1. Only 5% in game 2 for the phenom, Kiefer Ravena. And that 23.7% field goal shooting of Ateneo, largely attributable to this horrific 1 out of 18 for Kiefer Ravena. Let's see if he can bounce back in this game.
And also very easy to tell, one of the reasons why the Junior Archers won was because out of the poor performance by Gwynne Capacio in game number 1, he stepped it up big and put in huge numbers in game number 2.
Yeah, Gwynne Capacio, he actually sealed the deal with those 2 big free throws at the end of the game. Came up with 19 points, a perfect 9 out of 9 from the free throw area in that game to go along with 7 rebounds and 33 minutes.
It is practically the same starting 5 for Coach Boris Aldiger and the Junior Archers, as well as Coach Jamaic Harin and the Ateneo Blue Eaglets, as we enter the final matchup between these two teams for season 72 of the UAAP.
Exactly, Eric. Both coaches sticking with their starting 5s of game 2. And it's important here that LaSalle get off to a big start, as you see an incredible block right off the bat by Pessumal on a driving Elorder. That's going to set the tone for this match.
What's interesting is how these players are going to step up amidst this huge throng of students, most especially from their school, and also being at, the holy ground of the Araneta Coliseum.
Yeah, that can work both ways. On one hand, if you're a young player, you might get intimidated by the size of the Araneta Coliseum. You might get jittery. On the other hand, you can step up and say, hey, this is my chance to shine here on the biggest stage of Philippine basketball, the Araneta Coliseum. And let's see who will do what this afternoon.
Kiefer Ravena only with 6 points in game number 2. And a turnover as Pessumal was pressured on the baseline. And Reyes, the team captain, could not catch the wayward pass.
Well, I think other Eaglets have to step up in this game. It showed in the last game when Ravena struggled, and then the only Eaglet who stepped up, Ael Banal, also struggled in the 4th period. Ateneo could not buy a basket there in the 4th quarter. The scoring has to come from somewhere else.
From the outside, Fortuna missing. Gwynne Capacio misses on his first attempt from the floor, coming off a big game. 19 points in game number 2.
Ravena not off to a good start. Committing a traveling infraction there. Let's see how he bounces back from that horrendous 1 out of 18 shooting spree in game 2.
Ball goes out of bounds. It stays with Junior Archers with 15 on the shot clock. Let's send it courtside to Aaron Torrejon.
It's game 3 of the final. Today is what the Junior Archers have been working all season for, and they are ready to fight. And despite winning game 2, Coach Boris expects the boys to step up, especially because the Blue Eaglets out-rebounded them in the last game. Also, he wants to see more ball movement amongst the players, as well as a better execution of their offense. And when it comes to their defense, Coach Boris wants the boys not only to mimic their performance in game 2, but to intensify it. This has been the dream for all 11 seniors of the Junior Archers to play against their rivals for the crown, and they're all set to play the game of their life. Eric and Sid.
Thank you, Aaron. As she was reporting, Gwynne Capacio hitting a jumper from the outside. Pretty much resembles the stroke of his dad, Glenn, right?
Oh, yeah. You can see where he got his shooting form from, as Capacio is fouled and has a chance to pad on to this early lead for Zobel.
Take a look at the shot from the outside. 2 defenders were on Capacio, but not close enough as he sank that jumper. First field goal for either team.
And Capacio also opened up scoring, I think, in game 2. He got off to a strong start before struggling with his shot. Let's see how he does this time.
Coming up to 2 minutes used up in the first quarter. The kick out. Oh, Louis Fortuna open, but misses everything completely. Reyes zigzagging his way against Van Opstal. Ravena attacks thinks otherwise. Pessumal on the weak side. Paupe, almost a travel. Van Opstal with the rejection.
A great defense to start the game for Salle Zobel. As you see, a basket by Luigi de la Paz. Again, Zobel off to a hot start to start the game. And Ateneo, their offense is in the shambles at this point.
And Luigi de la Paz off to a good start after shooting 2 out of 11 in game number 2. Capacio. Oh, they go to de la Paz, who tries and gets blocked by Pessumal. Reyes against Van Opstal. Oh, good cut by Pessumal for the easy layup.
Oh, nice pass that time by Reyes, waiting for Van Opstal to commit to go out to defend against him, leaving Pessumal wide open.
Ateneo, the defending champions, were seeded number 3 coming into this game, while La Salle is seeded number 1 after finishing the eliminations at 12-2. Capacio from just a little inside the three-point area misses.
Just a poor pass that time by Kiefer Ravena. Miscommunication between him and Reyes.
Now let's check in with the Blue Eaglets. Here is Zobel Junior.
Yes, Eric, these boys are more than just a team, they're family. Right before the game, the boys shared their fondest moments with the team, with each other. And at the end of it, Coach Jamic told the boys that I want to replace all those different memories with a common one, and that is winning a championship. That being said, 3 things for the boys today. First, Coach Jamic says that they want to be more aggressive on defense. Look for them to employ more aggressive sets on that end of the floor. Now on offense, he told the boys to stay focused on attacking and finishing strong. Let's play for baskets and not for fouls. Lastly, Coach Jamic told his boys that Game 3 of any series is a player's game. Therefore, it's up to them to dig down and find the will to win. Eric and Sid.
Thanks, Joe. Very good. Key to motivating the boys is try to urge them to come up with one singular memory to get them all together, and that is championship here. But so far, Ateneo struggling from the field to start this game. Oh, Ravena almost a travel there. Bugarin, the hustle play guy for Ateneo, almost got it for them. We got a timeout on the floor. 6-2 in favor of the Junior Archers. Welcome back here at the Arenada Coliseum for sudden death. Game 3 of the finals in the juniors and seniors division of the basketball tournament. Currently, the Junior Archers are up by 4, 6-2, as leading scorer of the Eaglets back in Game 2, Ael Banal, is on the floor, and a sorry miss there by Shaq Bugarin of Ateneo.
And Eric, both teams off to another poor shooting start. La Salle, including that missed layup by Elorder, is 3 out of 13, while Ateneo is 1 out of 7. Now make that 2 out of 8, as Banal makes his presence felt right away. Scoring off the bench again for Ael Banal.
He is their spark plug player. 19 points on 5 out of 6 shooting from beyond the arc in game number 2. Ael Banal. A whistle on the play, as there was too much action, it seems, between Romero and Capacio on the post. There is the attack of Ael Banal, who was barely a minute on the floor prior to that shot.
Well, I understand the reason why he struggled in the 4th period. He may have suffered an injury in Game 2, which limited his minutes and his effectiveness in the 4th quarter.
Dublique coming off the bench. Oh, taking that ball away. What quickness for this young man, and saves it to Banal. But Banal goes a little out of control and turns the ball over.
Dublique had a good steal, but he pushed the ball too far ahead of him, and he had to struggle to save it from going out of bounds. But good hustle for the young Dublique.
6-4. Junior Archers. De La Paz is calling out the play against Dublique. Gwynne going left. Open look from the outside, in and out for La Salle. 5 Cinco coming off the bench, also a little bit out of control. These guys are just so full of energy. They are way too fast for themselves.
It may also be nerves, I think. Some of nerves may be getting to some of these players. That was a wide open lane for Cinco. Committed that turnover, the 6th already for Ateneo in this first period.
And both teams are turnover prone here in the first quarter. Cinco from the elbow, yes.
That's what Ateneo has to do in this game. They have to sink those outside shots because Ravena again is struggling with a shot. And the offense has to come from somewhere to see Cinco committing that blocking foul.
Stop and pop for Cinco, as you can see on your TV screens. First deadlock of the game at 6-all, under 4 minutes remaining in the first quarter. Capacio gets a rest after putting in 2 points so far on the floor.
Ike Herrera coming in to replace him.
Quick pull-up. Good job by the big man of LaSalle keeping it alive. They tip it on to the shot clock, and it gets jammed there. 6-all between the defending champions and the Junior Archers.
And Eric, LaSalle, dating back to game 2, still has not sank a 3-point shot. I think now they're running at 0 out of 20.
That's something they've got to work on here, especially if their counterpart, Ael Banal of Ateneo, gets hot and cooking early. Banal spinning away. Tried to dump it to Bugarin, but Sevilla was there to tap it out of bounds.
So that's the amazing thing about game 2. LaSalle shooting very poorly from 3-point area and from the free throw line, but they managed to hack out that win.
The bitter rivals are neck and neck so far in this game. Banal missing, hitting the back iron. Elorder looking for some teammates, pushing the leather. Great transition defense by Ateneo that time.
We're in for another low-scoring affair here. Both teams only 6 points down to the last 3 minutes of the first period.
De La Paz has missed his last 2 attempts, make that last 3 attempts on the floor. Oh, a dribbling violation on Ael Banal, which gets the ire of the Ateneo crowd at the Araneta Coliseum. 6-all, 2:49 left in the first quarter. The Zobel crowd here at the Araneta Coliseum. And there is the other side, of course. A lot of high school students of Ateneo de Manila University. It's the classic Ateneo-LaSalle battle, ladies and gentlemen. But it is in the juniors division as LaSalle makes a turnover. Cinco goes all the way and gets fouled by Jeric Fortuna.
And LaSalle this time committing that turnover. Only the 3rd for the Junior Archers against already 7 for Ateneo. And Cinco was just a blur after that steal. I see on the replay getting that foul from Jeric Fortuna. And Cinco also had a bad game in game 2, trying to bounce back. Did not score a single point that game, missing all of his 5 attempts.
So far, 3 points already for Cinco. Ateneo written all over their chests. And Luis trying to go 2 for 2 at the line. Hart is on the floor for the first time for the Junior Archers. That's number 5. The lane violation, it seems, has been called, and Ateneo will still have possession. Boris Aldiguer was on your screens momentarily. Head coach of the Junior Archers, Dumrique, going up high for that one.
Nice floater layup there by JB Dumrique. The Eaglets now attacking the zone defense of Salle Zobel, since they do not have too many good outside shooters. That's the only other option you have against the zone defense.
Joshua Park. Very very little options for the Junior Archers as Herrera pulls up from 15. Here's Dumrique, no numbers for Ateneo. He's got to pull back. Banal hesitating to shoot from 3. 5. There is Bugarin hard at work. Fresh 24 for Ateneo. Banal from the outside. First 3 for him.
Ael Banal picking up from where he left off in game 2, where he shot 5 out of 6 from the three-point area. And don't look now, Eric. Ateneo now ahead by 6 points.
5 points for Banal coming off the bench. That's a traveling violation on De La Paz as he was trying to fish for a foul.
And the Eaglet defense holding up in the last 4 minutes and 30 seconds. During that span, the Zobel Junior Archers have yet to have not scored a single point. I think it was 6-2 to start the game, and now it's 12-6 in favor of Ateneo.
Inside to Romero. Banal from within the arc.
Yeah.
Banal is on fire. Back-to-back baskets for Ael Banal, and it's a 14-6 advantage for Ateneo. Ael Banal coming off the bench has really sparked the offense of Ateneo. In the absence of numbers from Kiefer Ravena, Ael Banal has really put up big ones. 5 points, make that 7 points already for Ael Banal. And it's a 14-6 advantage for Ateneo. The Ateneo crowd already starting to get heard here. Chance of one big fight as one of the smallest guys on the floor, Nico Elorder of the Junior Archers, gets an easy basket underneath.
And that time, it was the big man, Capacio, finding the little man underneath the basket. Elorder breaking that 12-0 run by Ateneo to cut the lead down to 6.
Dumrique all day to shoot, just too strong. And in control of the board, Van Opstal.
And Coach Boris Aldeguer had seen enough. He sent back practically his entire starting 5 after that timeout. Van Opstal, Elorder, and Capacio are all back on the floor.
There's Gwynne missing. Last touch there by Van Opstal. Could have been rebound number 5 for the big man. Listed at 6'8". You think that's a little generous at 6'8"?
Yeah, well, looking at him, I'd say he's probably closer to 6'6".
6'6", 6'7",
Yeah,
right?
between 6'6" and 6'7". Maybe 6'8" with shoes.
Kiefer Ravena is also back on the floor for Ateneo. And Ravena still looking for his first point of the game. A foul going to be called on that young man, Nico Elorder, the grandson of Gabriel Flash Elorder. Opted not to go the boxing route and play basketball. He seems to be pretty good at it.
Yeah, I understand, though, one of the other grandsons did.
Yes.
Start lacing up the boxing
I think
gloves.
two of his brothers, if I'm not mistaken, have gone the boxing way. Elorder, one of the leading scorers of the Junior Archers, had 18 in game number 1, and in game number 2 had 9 points. So pretty consistent all in all. Pessumal a little crazy on that shot underneath the basket.
Pessumal just wasn't squared for that shot. He had to put up a very poor attempt.
Herrera stripped, but he gets it back. Herrera in the nick of time. That will not count. As we end the first quarter of action in game 3 of this best of 3 between Ateneo and La Salle. Gwynne Capacio starting off pretty hot for La Salle. Hit his first field goal, but has yet to find the second. Van Opstal, the big man, also contributing, but it's been Ael Banal who's been putting up the points for Ateneo. 7 points for him, and Ateneo has a 14-8 lead at the end of the first. Oh, even the young ones have come to check it out. Just doesn't want the loud banging noises. That's why they got the headphones on. Don't want to damage the earbuds that early. But you've got to check out the action, of course. Get them started as early as possible, get them involved in the game, and maybe one day be part of the game as well. Second quarter just underway here at the Big Dome. This is game 3 of the best of 3 in the finals of the juniors basketball tournament of the UAAP.
And Ateneo closing that quarter with a 12-2 run sparked by Ael Banal to overcome another slow start by the Eaglets to open the first quarter.
Cinco for 3, misses the ring entirely. 3 on 4 there, and Gwynne Capacio decides not to attack. Baseline, Capacio. And his cousin, Tim, commits a foul on him.
Tim has been fouling Gwynne all series long. Every game at least once. And that's already the second foul.
I guess having the same last name gives you a little more leeway in attacking your, the offensive man and hacking him a little bit. I guess, in the family they say, you can let it go. It's a game. They understand, the aches and pains that you get coming off a finals game. Coach Boris Aldeguer, one of the guys also understands the ins and outs of a finals match.
Boris Aldeguer leading Zobel to their 3rd finals appearance. Won 2 championships already. And if the pattern continues, actually, every odd year since 2004, Salle Zobel has won the title.
Kiefer Ravena looking for his first points of the game. They go to Pessumal. Crisp passing. And they get to Capacio, who gets denied by Van Opstal.
So Van Opstal again, making his presence felt.
Just a mean and green blocking machine.
I like that.
Is Van Opstal.
The mean green blocking machine.
Ravena to Pessumal. 15 on the 24. Pessumal asking for the high pick. Too strong, but Paupe is there to get it back.
Yeah. Offensive rebounding has been the forte of Ateneo all series long. Now in the offense, I've noticed they're not running their offense through Kiefer Ravena anymore. They're sort of just looking for the open man, trying to get the best shot possible.
As the shot clock winded out, Paupe was the open man, but failed to knock in the shot. So here comes LaSalle. Try and cut this deficit a little bit further. Gwynne Capacio. Circus shot for him, and he falls down hard. He's wincing in pain. He's still on the floor. It's going to be a 5-on-4 in favor of Ateneo.
And the referee stopped the game as soon as Zobel regained the possession. And there's Capacio, still wincing in pain. Not really sure yet what part of his body was
Seems to be
hit.
pointing to his thigh or calf, or his part of his left leg.
Oh, you'd hate to see a player like Capacio get injured in game 3 of a championship series. Let's see what happened there.
It was a tough shot he had to pull off, and he banged it hard on the floor.
It landed awkwardly, so it might be his left thigh, but he seems to be walking all right to the bench. So let's hope it's nothing serious.
You'd hate for the tempo and the feel of the game to change because one of the main players in a finals match will be taken out because of an injury.
Exactly. You want all the main players on the court.
Oh, Van Opstal gets a taste of his own medicine right there as he gets blocked by Tim Capacio. Ravena still looking for his first basket of the game. What a slump for Ravena, and what a time for it to come.
For those of you keeping score, that's now 1 out of 22, I think, for Ravena, dating back to game 2.
8 on the shot clock for Zobel. Traveling on Jeric Fortuna, the younger brother of Jeric Fortuna of UST. I'm pretty sure you can see the similarities.
Do you think they're brothers? Shooting form is the same, the haircut.
Haircut's the same, basically the build is the same.
Build, yes. Although I think Jeric has a little more lift in his jump.
Well, wait a couple of years. Sid. We'll see. Pauper has missed 2 from that corner. And Bugarin commits a foul on De La Paz.
Just unfortunate. Actually, De La Paz and Bugarin, I felt, moved by the same power or direction, but Bugarin's just bigger than De La Paz, so naturally it was De La Paz who was left flying out of the picture.
And don't look now, Sid. It seems Gwynne Capacio is A-okay as he's back on the floor. And let's send it over courtside this time to Job De Leon.
Coach Jamic is looking to kick things up a notch in the second quarter. He told his boys that in a noisy arena like this, communication is going to be vital. He told his boys that you have to take the initiative on talking to each other and making sure everybody on the floor is on the same page. Lastly, he told the boys to be more decisive, to read the floor, and play within the system. And after that, it doesn't matter who scores, and we're going to be fine. Eric and Sid.
Thank you, Job. Well, so far, Ateneo has been stuck at 14 for quite a while now, and that turnover is not going to help. There were 3 players all lined up parallel to the center court line, but the ball was thrown way, way over the heads of any of those 2 players. Elorder. Salle looking more composed offensively, but Gwynne Capacio missing right there. Here's Banal, who turns it over yet again. 2 turnovers consecutively for Ael Banal.
Banal slowly negating his output in the first quarter by committing 2 turnovers. Oh, that looked like a clean block, but Pessumal fouling Capacio underneath.
First personal on Pessumal, and at the line is Gwynne Capacio, who so far has 3 points and 2 rebounds in the game. Now let's check in with Erin Torrejon.
You know what, guys? The energy of these junior archers is really high. Something Coach Boris wants the boys to maintain throughout the entire game. And coming into the second quarter, he just told the boys to be mindful of Banal and Ravena. They must limit all opportunities for them to score. The junior archers were also reminded of how they were able to contain the scoring of the Eaglets in the second half of Game 2. So they not only have to perform the same, but to put more of an effort. Also, Coach Boris expects the boys to pace themselves. The key now is for their offense is to be patient. Lastly, Gwynne is just fine. He just had a bruised hip, so as you can see, he will be able to play. Eric and Sid.
Thanks, Eric. Pessumal attacking off the glass. Hang time for Ron Pessumal.
Athletic move that time by Von Pessumal.
Coming off a 4-point game in game number 2.
Yeah, I was just about to say that was actually the first basket by the Eaglets here in the second quarter.
Capacio underneath, hard to stop from there, but the Eaglets were able to. There is a foul as well on a junior archer.
I think that was Pessumal again. As you take a look at his hang time move a bit earlier.
What a shot for the young man. Romero underneath. Oh, like taking candy away from a baby. Van Opstal just ripping that ball out of Romero's hands, but there's going to be a foul underneath from Ike Herrera. Too bad, because Van Opstal had the ball completely in his hands.
Yeah, Ike Herrera could have just, put his hands up and not gambled on that foul, because the big fella, Van Opstal, was just lurking there.
If you're standing beside Van Opstal and he's trying to block, don't even move a muscle, lest you be called for a foul, because it's almost assured of a block if it's that close.
Exactly. As you say, he's a mean green blocking machine as Romero sinks his first free throw.
You just saw Ice Reyes on your screens, the team captain of the Blue Eaglets, and of course, the high school students in attendance here at the Araneta Coliseum for Game 3 of this best of 3.
Well, it looks like the classes in both high schools, Eric, were called off today, judging by the number of students in their uniforms here.
I don't know if if I'm correct or not, but I think I saw some teachers actually, at the bingo.
Well, it's Game 3.
How can you concentrate in school when Game 3 is happening at the Araneta Coliseum? Van Opstal dumps it down to Rojas. Oh, what a shot for Rojas. Not a pretty one, but you'll get it any way you can.
Nice bank shot by Rojas, barely lifting his feet for that shot. And nice drop pass also by Van Opstal.
And now La Salle is within 3 points after Ateneo led by as much as 8. Inside to Romero. Dumrique spins away from trouble, kicks it out. 4 seconds to shoot. Oh, Pessumal has been pretty active offensively now, already surpassing his output of 4 points in game number 2. He has 6 already.
And Ateneo needs that other scoring option, since Ravena is still ice cold. Banal himself cannot do it, cannot carry the scoring load.
In fact, Banal has not yet scored here in the second quarter. 7 points, all scored in the first. And like what you mentioned, Kiefer has yet to find a basket. There is the shot by the Junior Archers on the pass coming from the big man. There's Pessumal getting more active offensively for Ateneo. 20-15, and the lead is still with the Eaglets. They get a steal. Bugarin credit his hustle play there, but Pessumal a little carried away in that instance and loses the ball.
Even though the Eaglets turned the ball back over, look at Bugarin again. Those hustle plays he's been doing all series long. This kid, I think, does not get enough credit for what he has been doing in this series. He has been the unsung hero for the Eaglets.
Has not scored yet, Shaq Bugarin, but 7 rebounds already for the undersized center of Ateneo. Dumrique stopping, popping, short.
Turnover again for the Eaglets. Dumrique missing the whole rim that time.
Under 4 minutes remaining in the first half. Very defensive-oriented game we're having here. Low-scoring one as well, 20-15. And Pessumal playing the passing lanes and almost got a turnover from the Junior Archers.
Ateneo's defense has started to hold up after again allowing the Archers to go on a run to start the second quarter. Ateneo traditionally has been starting each quarter slow. They haven't been able to follow through on their runs to end each quarter.
Oh, dela with a hand in his face. What a shot for him. 5 points and the first 3-point field goal of La Salle.
Since game 2.
Wild-looking shot there for Ael Banal, who has completely lost his stroke here in the second quarter. La Salle is within 2 now, 20-18. Capacio for the lead. Van Opstal underneath. Too deep. Not for Van Opstal. We're tied at 20 all. What power for Arnold Van Opstal. 4 points for him and a timeout on the floor with 2:50 remaining in the first half. Let's take a look at one of the main matchups to look out for. It is Shaq Bugarin and Arnold Van Opstal of Ateneo and Zobel.
Yeah, I've been praising Bugarin to high heavens in this series. So far, he's been averaging 10.5 points and 16.5 rebounds per game to go along with 1 block. But Van Opstal, not far behind, 11 points, 9.5 rebounds, and an astonishing 5 blocks a game for the big fella.
It is quite unbelievable, though, that if I'm not mistaken, Van Opstal, or make that Bugarin gives up maybe 5-6 inches to Van Opstal, but still gets 6 more rebounds than the 6'7" Van Opstal.
Yeah, it's all about positioning for Bugarin. He knows where to go for those rebounds. He knows how to use his girth also to box out properly. He's a very smart player, not too athletic, but he has the court smart. As Romero, I think, ends that scoring drought for the Eaglets.
Oh, but Bugarin unable to control the leather. There were already 3 Blue Eaglets around the ball, but they still lost control. And they give it up to La Salle, who only trails them by 2 points.
That time, too much hustle on the part of the Eaglets. really can't blame both teams since both teams have a number of players basically playing their final UAAP Juniors game, 10 for Ateneo and 11 for Zobel. So I'm sure all of those players want to give it their all this afternoon.
Dela pass. Oh, great passing by Salle to free up Gwynne Capacio for an 8-footer.
They've been running that play for Capacio since game 1, and that time he delivers on that pull-up jumper. On that catch-and-shoot jumper.
Dumrique has been missing on his past shots consecutively. And that's going to cost Ateneo in the long run. Oh boy, they bit the bullet there. If that went in, that would have just made the Salle crowd go nuts here at the big dome, because that could have given them the lead.
At that time, again, two Ateneo players battling for the rebound. Ball stays with Salle Zobel. But still a chance for them to regain the lead here.
Kiefer Ravena is back on the floor for Ateneo. Let's see if he can get his game going. Under 2 minutes left in the first half. Another whistle on the play. As this time the foul will go to Salle.
Herrera, yes, loose ball foul that time on Ike Herrera. That's now his third foul. Very quickly, Rojas comes in to relieve him.
And Capacio, Tim Capacio, that is, checks in for Shaq Bugarin.
Another low-scoring affair in our hands. 20-all with a minute and 15 remaining.
Kiefer Ravena not being as aggressive as I'm pretty sure a lot of Ateneans want him to be. Banal finds his own shot but fails to knock it in. Gwynne Capacio. Under a minute left in the second quarter.
And Ateneo has now switched to a 1-2-2 zone defense against Zobel. At that time, the defense held up.
Banal. Inside, Romero loses the ball, and it's picked up by Tim Capacio. Tim missing.
Ateneo running every chance they get, because in the half-court set, they're having trouble executing their offense. The Zobel guys have been daring them to beat them by giving them the outside shot. As you see, Ravena.
A steal there on Elorder. And there's a traveling violation on Kiefer Ravena after what seems to be a trip from Elorder, and he slides about maybe 4 or 5 feet from where he fell, and he was assessed for traveling. Take a look here. There was, well, I guess he tripped on himself.
Yes.
Apparently.
I don't think Elorder's feet came in contact with Ravena's.
I stand corrected. He tripped on himself, and then he slid about 3 or 4 feet from where he fell and was called a traveling. Banal gets a rest after putting in 7 points in the first quarter, and team captain Reyes checks back in for Ateneo.
Still a tough game for Ravena. Hasn't scored yet. He's committed already a couple of turnovers.
That was a big break for him to get his rhythm going. The steal and what could have been an easy layup as Capacio gets blocked. The heave-ho from the other side for Ravena. And we finished the first 20 minutes of action. Back at square one.
Exactly. Ateneo outscored Salle 14-8 in the first period. Salle returning the favor, 14-8 in the second. Van Opstal with that great pass to Rojas here. And Pessumal was the main man for the Eagles in the second period.
6 points for Pessumal, 7 for Banal. And for Salle, 7 points for Capacio. We'll take a break and more when we come back.
Is to win their 16th championship right now. And it's a combination of two things. Good defense and also poor shooting on the part of both squads. As you see, the leading scorers for the first half, as you mentioned, Banal with 7 points, Pessumal with 6, and Romero with 4. While on the other hand, Gwynne Capacio, the main man, with 7, De La Paz with 5, and the big man, Van Opstal, with 4.
third quarter is underway here at the Big Dome. And quickly, a traveling violation on Tim Capacio, and not a good start for Ateneo here in the third.
And to think these two teams averaged 88 points for Salle in the elimination round, while Ateneo averaged 84. Two very high-scoring teams struggling with their offense the past two games. But I think that's really what happens when two teams play each other consecutively. They get to know each other's tendencies, and they get to adjust their defense a lot better.
There's a foul called on Ateneo on Pau Pe as De La Paz went baseline. So it's a fresh 24 for the Junior Archers, seeking to prevent Ateneo from winning back-to-back championships since the 03 and 04 season of the UAAP. Van Opstal from the outside, showing us this early that he's got stroke from a distance, 6 points already for Arnold Van Opstal.
He has been showing us that he has that shot in his arsenal, that medium-range jumper. A nice soft touch for the big guy.
On Pessumal. Here's Ravena. And he picks up a foul. That does not seem to, or will not seem to count. Second foul on Jeric Fortuna.
I thought Ravena had finally broken out of his slump. It turns out no continuation was given.
So he has yet to score his first basket of the game. Kiefer Ravena. Bounce pass to Capacio, who is a little bit offline. He gets his own miss and gives it up to Kiefer. They've got a fresh 24. Kiefer Ravena.
Oh!
Right over Van Opstal. What a shot for Kiefer Ravena. That is his first field goal of the game. Let's go ahead and check in with Eric Torrejon.
Stop playing a catch-up game. Coach Boris's words as he tells the boys that Ateneo has been mixing up their defense. So now is the time to be fully aware and read that defense. For the second half, the Junior Archers were told to get every loose ball and limit those turnovers, because that's what hurt them and made them lose their momentum at the start. Matching up the intensity of the Blue Eaglets is the main concern for the Junior Archers. And this is the last 20 minutes of this season, so Coach Boris instructed the boys to give it their all. Eric said.
Thanks, Aaron. Indeed, they are pushing the action here, talking about the Junior Archers, but Pessumal is not giving up yet. Still shooting like he did in the first half. 8 points already for Pessumal. Capacio in and out on that shot, but Kiefer, more importantly, already getting his first basket in the game and starting to develop some confidence here. Back-to-back baskets for Kiefer Ravena. He has 4.
And Ravena starting out strong in the second half.
And let's see what went in the huddle of the Blue Eaglets with Joe Gilleon.
Coach Jamaic challenged his boys at the half, asking them, how badly do you want to win? He told his players, come back, play on the floor, and with more hustle and awareness. He told them that we have to take our time setting our offense, be more alert to cut down on our on-court turnovers. Secondly, just to carry over that point on awareness, he said, we're doing a good job with throwing their bigs and forcing them to commit on the drives, but we have to make that extra pass to keep our offense alive. This is where he told the big men to step up. You have to get open and convert the opportunities into points. Eric and Sid.
Thank you, Job. It seems like one of the guys that took that to heart is Kiefer Ravena. He has been attacking relentlessly here in the third quarter, and it's paying dividends for Ateneo, Sid.
Yeah, he has to attack the basket because his jumper just hasn't been falling. So every opportunity to go straight to the hole, he has been taking it. The last time out, he picked up the third foul on Fortuna. It sends him to the line, but he lost the first free throw.
1 for 2 at the line. Kiefer Ravena, 5 points for him. I saw on the stats, proud dad Gwynne Ravena checking out the game. 29-27. Ateneo on top by 2. With almost 3 minutes gone by here in the third quarter. Van Opstal from 15. Ball is loose, but it went to the hands of Capacio, who was a little bit out of control as well. Kiefer Ravena. Pass to Pessumal. Bangs into Capacio and picks up Gwynne Capacio's first personal foul. That personal foul.
And this is the way Ateneo wants to run its offense. Putting the ball in Kiefer Ravena's hands and letting him create either by digging strong to the hole or dropping off the ball to open teammates underneath. LaSalle has to do a better job in its transition defense because this is where the Eaglets make their living.
So Pessumal at the line. He already has 8 points. Now is the leading scorer of the Blue Eaglets.
Pessumal becoming the third option on offense that the Eaglets did not have in that Game 2 loss.
2 for 2 for Von Pessumal. And Paupe gets replaced by Romero for Ateneo.
And Coach Jamai opting for a slightly smaller but a quicker lineup. You see, he really wants to push up the tempo of this game. As you see, Van Opstal trying to put the ball on the floor but getting called for a traveling violation.
Not exactly the time for LaSalle to make these kinds of errors. You don't want Ateneo to get some sort of momentum and a pull away here in the third. Ravena.
Oh, here he comes, here he comes. He's officially out of his slump. LaSalle has to do a better job of denying him the ball because when this kid catches fire, it'll be all over.
7 points for Kiefer Ravena, but underneath the putback right there by Ike Herrera. Ravena taking matters into his own hands, dishes to Romero for the quick 2 underneath.
And here we go, here we go. Ravena is now creating for his team on offense. Drawing the defense to him. If he can't get off the shot, he's sure to have a teammate free underneath.
6 points already for Romero of Ateneo. From the outside, nothing for LaSalle. Here's Ravena. The dish to Ice Reyes. And there's going to be a foul on Nico Elorder.
And the momentum has clearly swung to the side of the Eaglets, mainly because Ravena finally got on track on offense, and his teammates are picking up the cue and also stepping up.
6-point advantage for Ateneo, and Boris Aldeguer wants to talk things over. 35-29 Ateneo with 5:36 remaining in the third. It is the finals fever here at the Arenado Coliseum, and even your actresses have checked out the game. Yayo Aguila in attendance here at the Big Dome, and it just gets more exciting from here on in, as later on we're going to have the seniors finals, Game 3 as well, in the best of 3 between Ateneo and UE. But right now it is the final game between Ateneo and LaSalle in the juniors division. Nice Reyes at the line. This is the first. But they do have a more comfortable 6-point advantage at 35-29.
Well, the Eaglets starting out like a house on fire here in the third quarter, hitting 5 of their 7 attempts. LaSalle not too bad at 3 out of 6. Ateneo has just scored more field goals and also has grabbed more rebounds, 5-0. And Kiefer Ravena in this third quarter has not missed a shot, 3 out of 3 after going 1 out of 22. In the Game 2 and the first half of Game 3.
A foot on the line. That's a long 2 for Gwynne Capacio, breaking that slump for LaSalle. Here in the third, 9 points already for Gwynne Capacio.
And the Archers needed that basket badly.
Inside, Jack Bugarin, triple team. Ravena goes in closer. Ravena, short. Zobel is pushing it. Elorder stops and pops. Yes!
Yeah. LaSalle Zobel coming off that timeout, hitting 5 points in a row to cut down that lead to just 2 points.
8 points for Nico Elorder in this game. Ateneo wants to get some points inside. Banal, they kick it out. Pessumal, baseline. Banal for 3, that's unfortunately a 3-second violation as well on Jack Bugarin.
And that time, great rotation by Zobel to force that 3-second violation. As you see, Nico Elorder celebrating that big 3-point shot a while back.
36-34. In and out for Gwynne Capacio. Van Opstal underneath was hesitant, indecisive, didn't know what to do, but fortunately for Salle, it stays with the Junior Archers with 20 on the shot clock.
Banal diving for that ball, trying to get it back to Ateneo possession. You can see the intensity, the fire being displayed by both squads. It's do or die here in Game 3.
De La Paz kicks it out. Elorder knocked in a 3. He goes in closer. Bounce pass to Capacio, sidestepping away from trouble. Count that, and the foul as well. What a play for Gwynne Capacio. 11 points and 5 rebounds for the leading man of the Junior Archers.
Take a look at the replay here, faking that shot and trying to get nearer to the basket, drawing the foul in the process. Gwynne Capacio, the best player to create his own shot on the Zobel side. And now we're all tied up, Eric. This game is being played in spurts. One team will rattle off a string of unanswered points, and then the other team will answer back.
Can't complete the 3-point play. Capacio, but more importantly, like what Sid said, we are tied at 36 all, under 4 minutes remaining here in the third quarter. Yeah, a foul away from the ball, it seems, on Ike Herrera. That's foul number 4 on him.
Oh, and this could be big. Herrera's big part of the rotation as you take a look at Ravena. Of course, cheering on his son Kiefer, like he always does.
7 points already for young Kiefer Ravena, as Bugarin is at the line for 2. This guy, aside from the fact that he hustles very well, I mean, he's got a pretty good steady hand at the free throw line.
About to say, nice stroke for a big man. It's actually not shooting too bad, I think, in the series from the free throw area. And luckily, I didn't jinx him. He hits both.
First baskets or first points for Bugarin. He is 2 for 2 at the line and 2 points on the board. De La Paz using the Rojas screen. Park underneath. Too small and too, overpowered by the front line of Salle for Park to really get anything decent from that deep.
He hasn't been, actually, the few minutes he's been playing in each game, it's clear he's a little bit nervous every time he gets the ball down low.
No-look pass by Pessumal. Bugarin brings it back out. Plenty of time on the shot clock. That's Ael Banal. And Nico Elorder rips that one out, pushes the leather. Elorder, a little out of control. Bounces off the foot, though, of Banal. It stays with the Junior Archers with a fresh 24.
And after a hot start, Ravena has quieted down again in the latter part of the third quarter. Salle adjusting its defense and shutting down the incursion lanes and forcing Ravena to pass the ball off the past couple of times.
Pessumal and Romero will check out for Cinco and Paupe. Park to De La Paz. That's off the mark. Cinco. Banal. Oh, what a tough shot. Are you kidding me? He had to really bend over and scoop that shot underneath somebody's armpit. Let's take a look here. Is that underneath? Yeah. That was underneath Rojas. He had to really bend and come up underneath Rojas to put that one in. What a shot for Ael Banal. 40-36, a 4-point advantage for Ateneo in the third. (40-36) with 2:48 remaining in the third quarter. Ateneo on top by 4. Bon Pessumal leading all Blue Eaglets with 10 points. Ravena has started to come alive here in the third quarter with 7 points.
And after Ateneo went on that run, Zobel came back to tie it up. Again, Ateneo threatening to pull away. It's been that type of game, Eric.
Miss on the free throw by Ael Banal, but there is a lane violation. And the possession arrow gives the ball to the Junior Archers.
Ateneo deploying a full court press here, which Salle easily beats.
13 on the shot clock for Salle. Park almost shuffled his feet, goes inside.
Oh, yeah.
For a better look, and knocks his first basket of the game in.
And Park making his presence felt. Those are bonus points for Boris Aldeguer. Coming from someone like Park, only played 1 minute, I think.
That's the first basket of Park in the finals in this series. Eugene de la Paz. Coming down to 2 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Capacio.
Nice move. Nice move that time by Capacio. That little fake he has on the run just threw off the Ateneo defense.
Capacio with 11 points leads all Junior Archers and also has 6 rebounds. Will shoot 2 free throws.
He hasn't been shooting very well though. Only 4 out of 18 from the line, from the field, I should say.
3 for 5. At the line is Gwynne Capacio. Twelve points so far for him.
He sinks the first, and if he makes this, we're going to have another deadlock heading into the last couple of minutes of the third quarter. Who will step up, Eric?
Gwynne Capacio, the leading scorer of the Junior Archers, who come into this finals seeded number 1 at 12-2 at the end of the eliminations, while Ateneo, the longer route, seeded number 3, had to beat UST twice to make it to the finals. Something they have done for the second consecutive time, and they would like to come out on top as well this season, pretty much like last. Ael Banal from outside. Paupe blocked and fouled by Rojas.
Ross thought he had all ball there, but again, the offensive rebounding of Ateneo, which has been their strength in the series, coming to play again. Paupe grabbing that ball from Van Opstal.
Pez looking for his first points of the game. He does have 7 rebounds to his name so far. 40-39 as you look at Kiefer Ravena, 7 points. All scored in the third quarter. He only had 1 field goal in game number 2. After pouring in a game-high 33 points in game number 1 of this best of 3.
Flip from the line by Pe. Ateneo playing on to a very precarious 2-point lead.
Ravena gets arrested. Dubrique checks in with 1:31 remaining in the third quarter. Fortuna for 3. That bounced off the foot of De La Paz. It's Ateneo ball with 1:23 remaining on the clock.
And Zobel's shooting woes from beyond the arc continue. Fortuna just hasn't been able to buy a basket from downtown.
Dubrique using the Capacio pick. Ael Banal. Held ball situation. Possession arrow. It's Ateneo ball.
A relatively easy shot by Banal, muffing that shot. You can't afford to be missing open shots like that, especially in the face of the stingy defense of Salle.
Baseline inbound by Zico. Dubrique favors going left. They go for Banal. Paupe from the outside. That's short.
Well, good reaction by Salle Zobel there on the spin move by Banal, forcing Ateneo to settle for a pound-fed jumper from outside, which wasn't even close.
De La Paz has been missing here in the second half.
And Van Opstal with that loose ball foul. It's only his first, but it will send Capacio to the line as the Junior Archers are already over the limit.
Capacio so far looking for his first points in this game as well. First is in for Team Capacio, who has 6 rebounds. As you take a look at Mosey Ravena, the proud mom of Kiefer.
The scoring has picked up here in the third period. Eric, it was a 22 all to end the half. Now Ateneo has already scored 20 points in the third, compared to 17 for Salle.
12 on the shot clock for the Junior Archers. Van Opstal fading away. Power rebound by Park.
Look at Park. Jumping high for that rebound. Great hustle play. The undersized big man of Zobel.
De La Paz looking for the last shot of the quarter. Finish off strong.
Yeah!
And there it is. After missing consecutive shots in the third quarter, De La Paz thanking the basketball gods for allowing him to sink that one in. And the rabid fans of Junior Archers are ecstatic about that last basket, but something to be happy about for Ateneo as their main man, Kiefer Ravena, got his game going here in the third quarter. There was the second basket of Kiefer. He finishes with 7 points to end the third quarter. Elorder also got it going from the outside, while Ael Banal with a wonder shot, but he has struggled here in the third quarter. 42-41, Ateneo on top just by 1 as we head into the fourth quarter right after this break. It is loud here at the Ateneo Coliseum as we only have 10 more minutes left in regulation to determine who will take home the championship in the juniors division of season 72 of the UAAP's basketball tournament. The defending champions, Ateneo, seeded number 3, or will it be the Junior Archers seeded number 1 as we enter the elimination round?
Well, this is it, Eric. The payoff period doesn't get any closer than this. Just a 1-point lead for the defending champions going to this last 10 minutes of the season. Championship on the line. Who will step up? Who will lead their team to victory?
Both teams missing their first baskets, but not on the second, says Gwynne Capacio as he continues to sizzle. 14 points already for Gwynne Capacio.
Zobel grabbing back the lead at 43-42. Let's take a look at the scoring by quarters. As you see, the first 2 periods, they canceled each other out. 14-8 for Ateneo in the first, 14-8 for Salle in the second, and then a very close third, 20-19, to come up with 42-41 output for Ateneo entering the third. Entering the fourth, I'm sorry.
Fortuna missing from the outside. Kiefer pushing the leather, and there is going to be a foul on Elorder as Ateneo is up only by 1, 44-43.
And Elorder giving up that foul, which was a good move because they don't want Ravena to get into the open court where he can create a shot.
Park will check out, and in comes Eugene De La Paz, the guy who hit the last shot for Salle in the third quarter to keep them just within 1 in this game.
Park given a round of applause by his bench as he approached, although it looks like he's going to come back in.
Ravena going left, attacking. The floater is short. Ball out of bounds. Last touch by Capacio. And Park will come back in to replace Luigi Fortuna.
So a 1-point lead for Ateneo. They just can't seem to pull away. Several times they go up 6 or 8 points, and the Archers would just come roaring back.
Almost a turnover by Ateneo.
Oh,
what a shot! Gwynne Capacio falling away. Fouled on the hand. Gets his first basket of the game. 3 points for big man Gwynne Capacio.
I'm not even sure if he could see the ring when he launched that shot. He just threw it up. Went in. Drawing a foul also from Van Opstal.
That's foul number 2 on Arnold Van Opstal, who will get a rest. And Ike Herrera checks back in for the Junior Archers. Capacio to finish out 3-point play here at the line. And more importantly, to add on what is right now a 3-point advantage for Ateneo, 46-43. Ael Banal grabs the loose ball. Banal got fouled, so he's going to go to the line as we send it over courtside to Aaron Torrejon.
This is it, do or die for the Junior Archers, and from the focus and constant communication they've displayed, these boys really want a victory. But Coach Boris tells them that in order to win their last game, they have to take care of the ball and leave no room for laziness. The game plan for this last quarter is to come out harder and to stop the Eaglets' key players from taking over. And in order to do this, they're going to give their 120% in everything they do on the floor. Lastly, with the entire LaSalle community behind the Junior Archers, Coach Boris calls on the boys to play their heart out, because there is no tomorrow, and that there is no sweeter way to end the season than with a championship. Eric and Sid.
Thanks, Aaron. It turned out to be a 4-point swing for Ateneo after the basket by Capacio. The free throw missed. Banal picks up the loose ball and knocks in 2 free throws. 48-43 now in favor of the defending champion, seeded number 3. De La Paz just checked in. Gets the ball, shoots from the corner. That's a long three. Eugene De La Paz.
What a
second
time
three
for De La Paz to catch fire, hitting that 3-point shot.
Got 10 points in the game already. Let's listen in to Job De Leon.
I don't care if we don't score as long as LaSalle doesn't score. These are the words of Coach Mike as he wants to put extra emphasis on defense in this fourth quarter. He told the boys that you have to be quicker on your rotations, but more importantly, know what set we're running, because they plan to throw different looks at LaSalle this quarter. He reminded the boys that it's in this quarter in game 2 that they give up the lead because they couldn't get a stop, hoping to get a little more motivation from them. Lastly, he told the boys that this is the time to hustle and be active as ever. Let's take care of the ball and box out, do all the little things, and we'll come out on top. Eric and Sid.
Thanks, Joe. Throw different sets against LaSalle is the plan of Coach Jeric Fortuna. As you see the big man Ike Herrera knock it in from short range.
Just great offensive basketball. We've been seeing the past few instances. De La Paz and Banal exchanging 3-point shots, and there Herrera getting the offensive board and the putback.
Gwynne Capacio gets tied up with Herrera. Ike Herrera. Possession arrow will award the letter to Ateneo with 6:54 remaining in regulation. Van Opstal, very short rest for him as he checks back in for Joshua Park. Jacques Bugarin gets ready to come in. Also, Romero will come in for Pe and Capacio.
Bugarin getting into the game as soon as Van Opstal also gets into the game. They like that matchup. Ateneo does. Bugarin against Van Opstal.
3 seconds to shoot. Somebody's got to know this. Ravena puts it up, barely grazing iron. And a sprain, it seems, on Bugarin as he falls down hard, clutching his left, make that right ankle.
Oh, this is just so unfortunate. If Bugarin will have to leave the game here in the 4th period on account of a sprained ankle.
It is his left ankle that got twisted, and he is limping out of the court, so he'll definitely check out for the meantime. Pessumal will come back in his stead. We're going to show you the replay here of what was the sprained ankle of Jacques Bugarin. Landed on the foot of a junior archer, if I'm not mistaken. That was Arnold Van Opstal.
Yes, that hurts, definitely.
That's something, even looking at it hurts me. 9 seconds on the shot clock. They go down deep to Van Opstal. No stopping the big man if he is that close to the basket. What an interior pass, though, by Elorder.
Well, with Pugarin out, there's no defender for Ateneo to stop Van Opstal from getting the ball down low.
Floater by Banal, who has started to sizzle here in the fourth. 16 points already for Ael Banal, coming off a 19-point output in game number 2.
And I really like this fourth period, Eric. Everyone is stepping up for both teams. This is what championship basketball is all about.
Eugene de la Paz, another 3. Wow, what a play for de la Paz. 18 points, third three-pointer for him already.
I was just saying, everyone is stepping up, and de la Paz catching fire here late.
After shooting 0 out of 6 from beyond the arc in game number 2, he has started to wax hot from downtown.
Ties up the game with 5 minutes and 31 seconds remaining. This is as close as it will get.
So Ateneo will trigger the ball from the baseline. Enrique looking for familiar faces. Chance of defense from the Zobel crowd here. De La Paz is shooting 3 out of 7 from beyond the arc. Ravena tries to save it. Goes into the hands of De La Paz. A foul on Enrique. 2 free throws going the way of De La Paz.
Enrique guessing correctly which way de la Paz would go. Just got there a split second too late, was called for that blocking foul. De La Paz's confidence is now sky high, as you see there. The sidestepping move by de la Paz, drawing the foul from Enrique.
De La Paz has been the main man so far, along with Gwynne Capacio as well.
13 points already for Luigi de la Paz. 3 out of 7 from beyond the arc in this game.
Tense moment for the crowd here. Most of them on their feet.
And the Junior Archers have regained the lead at 54 to 53. Heading into the last 5 minutes of this game.
Pessumal. Ravena has quieted down after pouring in 7 points in the third quarter. Kick out. Banal all day to shoot short. Romero looking for some options, almost threw it away. Ravena pushing the action, gets blocked. And Ateneo gets the ball back. Lucky break for the Eaglets. Ael. And finally, Ike Herrera controlling the rebound. 6 rebounds or 6 boards already for Ike Herrera. Capacio. LaSalle on top by 1. De La Paz. That would have brought the house down for the fans of LaSalle here today. Banal blocked from behind by Van Opstal.
Van Opstal didn't even jump to block that shot.
10 on the shot clock for the Blue Eagles, or Eaglets. They got 6. 3 for Ravena.
We're gonna let him have that shot. His jumper has not been hitting in this game.
They go deep. Van Opstal loses the leather. Under 4 minutes remaining in regulation. Ravena going left. High looper. Paupe. The ball is knocked away from his hand. Stays with Ateneo with a fresh 24.
And Van Opstal just distracting that shot by Ravena. But one of the few times Ravena has been able to make an incursion into the lane. Van Opstal was there waiting for him. And look who's coming back into the game, Eric.
So Paupe steps out and Shaq Pugarin checks back in.
Well, this is no time to let a tweaked ankle prevent you from playing your final game of the season. Oh,
Good pass inside to Romero for the easy two.
good inbound play by the Eaglets that time. Regaining the lead 55 to 54. Even though they've been shooting poorly in this fourth quarter, only 4 out of 15. It's the offensive rebounds that has kept the Eaglets in this game as usual. They already have 7. As you see, the Archers throw the ball away.
Pass was too strong, coming from the strong side with Gwynne Capacio. And De La Paz ready for the three. Was not able to handle the leather. Fortuna will check back in for Herrera of La Salle. 55-54 in favor of Ateneo. Precarious 1-point advantage. Pessumal.
Nowhere to go that time, but Pessumal turns the ball over.
De La Paz can't seem to find the mark now after being hot in the third quarter. Inside to Romero again. Finds an opening and knocks that one in with a foul to boot.
What a great lob pass by Ravena to Romero.
And take a look as Romero carved little space underneath to get himself a good look at the basket. Seeing Fortuna underneath, he just backed him up and put up the shot. 57-54, Ateneo on top by 3, and chance of goal Ateneo echoing here inside the big dome.
And if Romero can complete this end one, it'll be a 2-possession game for the Eaglets, but he misses.
2 for 3 at the free throw line is Romero, but he has 10 points and 4 rebounds for the Eaglets.
Hang on to your seats, everybody. Just a 3-point lead for the Eaglets. 2:40 remaining.
Inbound pass, a little too long, but Elorder catching up with it. They dump it down. Van Opstal hacked and fouled by Peck.
That's the only thing Peck could have done. This is a good foul. Let Van Opstal earn his points from the free throw line.
So far, no free throws yet in this game for Van Opstal. He is 0 out of 2 in game number 2 at the line. Let's see how nerves affect him at the big dome shooting. Very important free throws. Missed is the first.
Well, during the regular season, he was only shooting below 48% from the stripe.
One for 2 for Van Opstal. 9 points for him. More importantly, he cuts that deficit just a little bit. Ateneo only up by 2 now. 57-55. Ravena. Too strong on that attempt.
His vision of the court, of the ring, was just really blocked out by Van Opstal.
Gwynne from the elbow.
Players starting to miss now. Might be feeling the pressure as we head into the last 2 minutes of the game.
Ravena with a leather. 10 on the 24. Inside to Peck. That's a traveling violation.
Very clear. Too bad. He slipped, have gotten position in the shaded area.
Timeout on the floor. 57-55. Ateneo on top just by 2 in the fourth. There's Gwynne Capacio, the proud dad, of course, of Gwynne Capacio of the Junior Archers, who now has 14 points and 10 rebounds to his name.
A very pensive look on the face there of Gwynne Capacio.
Gwynne has been missing from that spot for several consecutive times already. 7 rebounds now for Ravena. Kiefer is leaving everybody off. Gets the ball to Banal, gets it back. 4 seconds to shoot. Kiefer has to put it up. not even close to the mark. 24-second shot clock violation as the ball hit the board, the backboard first, before it actually bounced off the iron.
Good defense that time by Zobel. They needed to make a stop there, otherwise the Eaglets would have gotten a two-possession game. Capacio here missing two big attempts here in the dying minutes of the game.
The dump by Elorder to Van Opstal, who loses the ball underneath the basket. Another chance for Ateneo to bump this lead up. 57-55, under a minute left in regulation.
Eaglets going to their main man, Kiefer Ravena, shooting slump or not. They want the ball in his hands with the championship on the line.
3 out of 18 from the field is Ravena. He dumps it down. What a play! Again, Ravena acting as the decoy as he finds the open man. Romero has been the recipient of amazing passes by Kiefer Ravena. 12 points for Romero as we hang on the air during this timeout. And listen in to LaSalle. Take another look first at this spectacular attack and assist by Ravena to Romero for the finish, and now a 4-point lead for Ateneo, 59-55 off a great play by the Eaglets.
Luigi, right? Watch, huh? Curl. Arnold gets the ball, give it, right? Luigi, pop. Now, staggered screen for Nico. Is that clear?
Diretso staggered, ha? Diretso staggered kay Nico.
Gusto mo Luigi, Nico, ikaw. Sige. She got it. Alright? Hey, she got it. Who's here? Louis. Pag wala, reverse. Gwynne.
Weak side.
Gwynne, hanapin si Gwynne
Weak
sa
side
ilalim.
post, ha? Hanap tayo, weak side post.
Hey, Gwynne, ikaw na pumap. Ikaw na pumap. Arnold, dito ka sa baba. Right? You're running a triangle.
Weak side post.
Timing on the screen. Alright. Staggered. And come out.
They're going to be running Nico Elorder off staggered screens to free him up to get the leather. Ateneo definitely not out of the woods yet by any means. Just a 4-point lead with 35.5 seconds remaining in regulation.
Well, if you're Zobel, you'd want to score within 11 seconds so that Ateneo won't have a chance to run down the clock on their possession. So a quick 2 is what's needed. And they just might get that after Gwynne Capacio draws the foul from his cousin Tim. Two big free throws here for Gwynne Capacio.
Capacio so far shooting 4 out of 7 at the line. It's been pretty steady. Let's see how the pressure affects the pulse, as we say. Ooh, that was halfway down and it went out.
Sorry miss. But he just has to convert this second one in order for it to be a one-possession game. And then Zobel just has to play good defense on the other end.
Pressure-packed free throw. Nothing but net on the second. Just a 3-point lead for Ateneo. Not safe at all considering how Luigi de la Paz has been knocking it in from the outside. They were trying to trap Banal. They get it out to Kiefer Ravena.
No need to foul.
3 out of 18 from the field is Kiefer. The high pick being set by Gwynne Capacio. 6 seconds to shoot for Ateneo. Kiefer gets stripped. Oh, he gets it back. What a lucky break for Kiefer Ravena, who is fouled by Nico Elorder, and the crowd already celebrating with 4.6 seconds remaining on the clock.
What an unfortunate series of events here for Zobel. They already stole the ball away, but just a bad pass by Van Opstal to Nico Elorder, who was not prepared to get that ball. And Ravena gets it back. He just has to sink one of these 2 free throws, and Ateneo will be going back-to-back here in season 72.
Pressure-packed free throws as well for the young man Kiefer Ravena. timely and clean since the first. 8 points, 7 rebounds for Kiefer. Far cry from his 33-point output in game number 1. But nevertheless, a chance to bring the trophy back to Ateneo. Oh, that's in. And that could be the nail on the coffin, proverbial coffin, for De La Salle.
Ravena struggled all game long, but it's just fitting that he was the one who sealed the deal for the Eaglets.
And it is there. They finally go back-to-back. The Ateneo de Manila Blue Eaglets, underdogs coming into this final, seeded number 3, win it all after going the long route, having to beat USD twice to make it to the finals, and then taking out the number 1 seeded De La Salle Zobel Junior Archers.
You know, Eric, it is one of those games that, you know, it's just unfortunate that one team has to lose. Both teams gave it their all. It went down the wire. Breaks just went Ateneo's way. Paulo Romero scoring the last 6 points of Ateneo, not missing at all from the field. And Kiefer Ravena struggling all day long with his offense, making things happen. And as you see, Gwynne Capacio, who will be ending his junior career without a championship. Your heart goes out to that young man, as well as to the rest of the Junior Archers.
Very classy act by Ael Banal coming to console Gwynne Capacio, who is obviously in tears after failing to give La Salle the championship after coming in so hard and seeded number 1 as, you know, the team to beat. They unfortunately were not able to take care of the defending champions. Kiefer Ravena, very happy. 9 points and 7 rebounds for him to finish the game.
Well, Zobel actually did what they had to do in that last play. They came up with a great defensive effort. Just unfortunate, Van Opstal mistiming that pass to Elorder. The ball bouncing off Elorder's face as you see the Eaglets whooping it up on center court. There's the main man, Kiefer Ravena.
And very seldom do players get the chance to play in the game of their lives, and these young men have delivered big time for Ateneo. The Eaglets win it back-to-back, something they haven't done since the 03-04 season. We will award the champions when we come back here on Studio 23. Our second runner-up, the USD Tiger Cubs. First runner-up, the De La Salle Zobel Junior Archers. Congratulations to the first runner-up, De La Salle Zobel Junior Archers. And now, your Season 72 Juniors Division champions for the second season in a row, Ateneo de Manila University Blue Eaglets! Congratulations, Kiefer Ravena, Ael Banal, Von Pessumal, Al Bugarin, Pau Pe, Ice Reyes, Pau Romero, Luis Cinco, Charles Dumrique, Timothy Capacio, Kevin Erazo, Jose Alonte, Lambert Tenorio, Jose Daez, Keith Armena, Aldrin Unson, and the head coach, Jeric Fortuna. And now, your finals, Juniors MVP, put up 16 points, 7.3 rebounds, 4.7 assists, and 2.3 steals during the finals. Congratulations to Kiefer Ravena! Congratulations to the Ateneo de Manila Blue Eaglets.